Evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. I'm going to stand in the right spot. And I'm just very glad to be here for quite a few reasons. Actually, similar to Deborah Korn, we were both in Boca Raton at an anniversary event Canon Solutions America was hosting, and we knew we had to quickly leave that event to get here to be at this event. And separate flights, but both had very adventurous trips to get here. I somehow ended up in Cleveland. Or no, you were in Cleveland. I was in Albany. That's how long my night was. I ended up in Albany eventually, and had to take a Greyhound bus with 100 other people, 2 buses that eventually got us here about 4 a.m. So I was very excited. I was determined I was going to get here and be a part of this event because it's our first chance to be here. And Deborah kind of helped introduce me to APC and helped us get our foot in the door, and we are super thrilled to be a part of it. So thank you for that. And outside of just being able to make it, I'm thrilled to be here because APC is some organization that we really want to get involved in and get to know more about. So we're looking to have this night just the inaugural participation, and want to be a part of it throughout the coming months, over the years, and learn more about you, and you learn a little bit more about us and what we can do, help driving some of those printing innovations together. So. And additionally, I loved when I started learning more about APC and I found out about your giving back into the community and putting back, developing scholarship funds. We also, from Canon Solutions America, feel very strongly about that. That's a big part of what we do. We also support the GCSF. We support EDSF as well for their scholarships, and something kind of near and dear specifically to the production print group that I represent. We have the Palm Beach County School Systems, the Future Authors Project, and if you ever want to hear more about that, a lot of people end up crying because it's such just beautiful stories about the students. We celebrated 10 years and we've pushed through hundreds of students who, at the end of it, become published authors, and they are ecstatic about that. So just a few things that we're also involved in, and I think we feel like we align very nicely with what APC is doing. So quickly, just a little bit about me. I am here representing the marketing team. I'm a marketer, so not a sales rep, not a technical person by any means. So like you, I'm a marketer. So that's where my world is. So I wanted to just kind of put that out there for you right away. I work at Canon Solutions. Me? I work at Canon Solutions America in their production print solutions division. So I'll talk a little bit about that, what that is, because just in the little bit of conversations I have had with some of you who dropped by our table, I felt like we probably need to talk a little about Canon as a whole and where we fit within that. A lot of people, when I say I'm Canon, what do you guys mostly think when you hear the brand Canon? Cameras, exactly. And we heard that quite a bit at the back table. So yeah, obviously Canon does an amazing job producing Canon cameras, video cameras, etc. Here's a little snapshot of all the other things that they're doing with that lens technology. They're developing medical devices that are able to go in and to identify things that scary, like cancers or things like that, well in advance, help save lives. They're developing HD plasma displays. They're developing security cameras, all tied to that lens technology. So a lot of things that they're doing all over the place, developing really exciting, innovative technologies along the way. And of course, we fit in on this heavy-duty production print side. That's where Canon Solutions America plays. And within that, and the other secondary question I got, okay, we're print. Most people associate with I've heard copiers, desktop printers when they think print. And that is true. We do represent that part of the house. We also have a large format division doing really beautiful posters, vehicle wraps, point of purchase displays, things like that. And then there is the production print side. And we're producing those high volume, high impact, high value pages out there. Thousands of pieces that can be one-to-one marketing pieces, custom catalogs, custom course packs at your higher ed. So those are the types of pages that we're producing through our partnerships with print creatives. So this is just a quick type of technology that we have developed and helps produce all of those high-value pages. And just really I wanted to share with you that we do have an extremely diverse portfolio in that high-speed production area. So depending on the customer, the print creatives, what are their needs, what are their volumes, what are they trying to drive, we have a technology that's going to be a fit for you. So we have all the way down to the cut sheet toner products, all the way up to those super high speed digital inkjet presses. And what you may not know is we have a large volume of customers worldwide. We do have the worldwide market share with inkjet. And we have a large number of customers in the US as well, producing pages on these high-speed inkjet production presses. And actually just in the US alone, our customers produced 77 billion pages in 2015. And that's high-value pages, again, these direct mail campaigns delivering one-to-one marketing messages and catalogs and custom course packs. So that's kind of where we fit, just so you have a better understanding of production print solutions and why we're here. I want to just talk a little bit more about some of these print innovations that we can provide through our technology and solutions. And really just kind of stepping back from that a little bit, going back to marketing perspective. I mean, everyone here has experienced, like, with the introduction of these things, the cell phone, your tablets, your laptops. Obviously, every one of us has experienced, like, being inundated with information and, like, from 1,000 different directions. And how do we deal with all that information just as an individual, and then putting yourself in that marketer role, thinking about who you're trying to reach, who's your audience, and what they're dealing with. So what's the right fit for them? How are we going to reach that audience when they're just being bombarded daily through all these different devices and forms of information? So it really, again, as a marketer, I have to sit back in my role to look at, okay, who is my audience, and what is that message I'm trying to deliver, and what's going to be the right mix for me to reach that customer or that audience, and how do we do that? So, you know, lots of studies have been coming in, and we really understand now that you need to reach your customers, and I think a lot of you in the room are familiar with this, in a variety of different ways. So you want to try that omni-channel approach where you're sending them the emails, you're advertising in the right places, and you're doing print. And the really cool thing that I love to hear is that print really is a valuable part of that mix. And I think it really ties back to a lot of us, we're very tactile people, and to be able, if you design a piece that's really visually pleasing and just stands out and draws a person, that can have huge impact on them. And then if you could think about ways to incorporate others' technology to integrate into that print piece, I mean, you really have something special then. So print can be huge value for you as a print creative. So this is just a couple of ideas, just some things that we're starting to see, and maybe some of you are already doing this in some of your campaigns. I can tell you I work with Nicole in the back. She's our lead gen and communications manager. And we're always looking to try and figure out how we are doing the omni-channel approach as a smart marketer would, but we obviously want to showcase our print solutions. That's what we do. So how can we make that printed piece more valuable and reach our audience and really have impact? So we are looking at these types of integrated solutions with print to do those things. And our most current example I can give you is just this week at our press event, which Deborah Korn was at. We leveraged the printed name badges to be that kind of jumping point to deliver an integrated, personal, enhanced experience at the event. So during key parts of the event, if you were walking in certain areas into general session or the dinner event, you were always welcome because the RFD embedded in it would identify Deborah Korn walking in the door. Her photo would pop up on the screen, and she would know this is my agenda for the day, and here's what's happening and where I need to be next. So really enhance the visit and being a participant at the event. So just one of the ways that we could be thinking about how to integrate print into the mix and enhance that printed piece. So that's really just high level I wanted to share with you, and hopefully this is just the beginning of our conversation. Really want to talk more with you after this ends and then beyond that. So we'll be an active part of the APC moving forward. And many of you have already seen we do have one giveaway for you. We'd like you to take away a designer's guide for inkjet, really as this new emerging technology comes into play against all the other digital technologies. It's a guide to really help the designers and agencies understand what they need to do to really drive or create beautiful printed pieces with this new inkjet technology, because it is a little different. So it's a tool to help you guys understand how to do that. So feel free to come back and pick up a book and ask any questions you have for us. Thank you again.